Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to share some messages for you for the month of July. I do have a quick announcement before I get into your actual messages. Check me out on Patreon if you haven't already. All new patrons and for the entire month of July are going to be getting a one card love pool. So if you're interested in joining my Patreon community, I have a lot of exclusive content on there. So I post monthly love readings. I do monthly personal readings for everyone on the Hierophant tier and above. And I post on there every week. So yeah, if you are a new patron, if you just signed up for July, and you want a love reading, definitely hit me up. I'll send you one. But anyone else who joins, you'll be getting a one card love message for this month. So thank you to everyone who supports me on there in general. But yeah, so check me out on there if you're interested. Okay, Virgo, like the overall vibe I got for you while I was shuffling the cards is that some of you, I kind of feel like you are being held by someone, and it kind of feels like a lot of tears. So this could be a fairly emotional month for some of you. I feel like this full moon is going to be a little bit rough for some of my Virgos. Some of you could be feeling like definitely that like Capricorn like career pressure where you're like, what have I been doing with my career? Where I almost feel like some of you are kind of panicking like work wise, where it feels like something's not going the way that you planned or the way that you hoped, and it just feels like some of you kind of feel like everything's crashing down, or it almost feels like missed opportunities. Or I see some of you kind of freaking out this month about work and like the trajectory you're on. It almost feels like, damn, I thought like I was gonna be okay, or I thought everything was gonna be fine, but it ends up not working out or something like that. Yeah, it just kind of feels like you feel very introverted and a little bit like self-critical as far as like your career is concerned. So let's go ahead and pull some cards and see what comes out for you, Virgo. Yeah, so I see the new beginnings card. So I want to say like some of you could be looking into like new opportunities as far as work is concerned, or maybe looking for like a fresh start in some capacity when it comes to work. It feels a little bit like one thing didn't work out, and so maybe you're really upset and you're kind of like devastated about it. But I feel like some of you have like someone who's holding you, but maybe you decide, you know what, I'm gonna look at this as like an opportunity to like restart or reinvent myself or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, so we have truth and life purpose. So I kind of feel like some of you, maybe the truth of the path that you've been on so far is being revealed to you. It could be a little bit of a hard truth to accept. Maybe it's the truth that like something is no longer a part of your journey, or something is no longer what you're meant to do, and that could be a fairly like hard truth to like accept. But it feels like it could also be a sense of like freedom, or like an opportunity for new beginnings as well, depending on how you look at it. So I want to say like it depends on like, yeah, your perspective, and it might be a devastating like truth or realization for some of you. But with the new beginnings card, there is a promise of like another path opening up. It might not be your first choice of path, or it might not be like what you were hoping for, but I do feel like there's something. Let's see. So we have well-being and empowerment. And then we have forgiveness. So I'm kind of getting, Virgos, I feel like there's a need to prioritize like self-help, or like self-care at this time, like your own personal health. Some of you, this could even be personal hygiene as well, but I kind of feel with well-being and empowerment, like there's a sense of like finding confidence and like taking care of yourself, and kind of like maybe there is a sense of getting into a routine, or kind of like getting back into a good flow, or into a good like self-care like practice or something like that. Some of you, this could involve yoga and meditation as well. But I kind of feel like with forgiveness, there's a need to kind of accept the way that like something played out, or accept the way that like things are working out, and like I almost feel like forgive yourself for something. So some of you could have like, maybe you missed out on an opportunity. It could have been because of disorganization, or there could have been like something larger going on that maybe was in your control. But I kind of feel like something happened the way that it happened, and there's nothing you can do to change that. I feel there's just a need to like process it, work through the emotions, and kind of look to something new. So it just kind of feels like forgiving the situation for working out the way it worked out. I'm also getting to, there could be a tendency to like blame someone else for how like something is playing out, or to blame someone else for like this loss, or the perception of loss. But I'm kind of getting that like forgive them too, or like it just feels like the need to kind of like let go of your attachment to a certain outcome or certain expectations. And that can be difficult sometimes, that can take time, but I feel you're really being encouraged to like look at opportunity, like new opportunities or new beginnings. Yeah, we have life purpose on the bottom. Oh my god. So we have life purpose on the bottom with love, we have happiness, we have talent, and we have family. So I want to say some of my Virgos, like you do have a lot of other areas in your life that are going well, and that are also part of your purpose, or that you have responsibilities towards like at this time. So I want to say like it does feel like you have community, or you have support like through this hard time. And so I want to say that like it won't take you that long to get back on your feet, or to kind of like rebound from this. Let's see. I also see some of you wanting to do a cleanse, or like a detox, or something like that. So we have the Five of Swords in reverse with the Sun, and the Three of Wands in reverse. Then we have the King of Swords with the Queen of Cups in reverse. So I want to say that there definitely was some like shady energy going on here with the Five of Swords in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse. It almost feels like there's a sense of like plotting, or trying to like keep someone down, or keep someone small, or something like that. And it kind of feels like there's a sense of like, I don't know, freedom within this. So it kind of feels like there could be a situation where there's like multiple people involved in something, where like one person feels empowered, or like comes into a sense of acceptance, or like looks to community for support, or like for, I want to say, yeah, guidance, or just like help in some capacity. Like the Sun to me feels like somebody kind of shining bright regardless of their circumstances. So that could be you, Virgo, or there could be like a larger thing, or larger like situation at play here, maybe involving multiple people. But with the King of Swords, Queen of Cups in reverse, it almost feels like somebody is trying to like hide how sad they are, or I feel somebody feels like they messed up, but it's like somebody doesn't want to admit it. So there could be that dynamic of like you have to let go of something because someone else messed up, or maybe it wasn't like your fault or something like that. But it kind of feels like the person who was kind of like wronged, or who maybe felt the brunt of like tragic circumstances, like rebounds, like finds their happiness again, or like finds the sun again, which is like pure bliss or joy. And it's like, I feel like somebody's like, you know what, it's no big deal, like I'm forgiving the situation and I'm like moving on, and they're moving on to the sun. Like I feel somebody's like, all right, like whatever, it's like I'll take that L, but like I'm still winning, like in this in this way. So it almost is like somebody's like, yeah, this is out of my control, like I have to let go of this, whatever, but like I have all of these other things that are working out for me, so it's not really that big of a deal. And it kind of feels like this could be a situation of like sabotage, or someone trying to like ruin someone else, or make someone feel small, belittle them, or something like that. But I feel like it doesn't work. I kind of feel somebody might be sad about something at first, and it's like Queen of Cups in reverse, maybe a little bit overcome with like sadness, but then they turn into the King of Swords, where it's like, whatever, like I'm not even phased. Yeah, somebody could like go into like planning mode, or like start coming up with solutions or ideas, or a way to like move forward with something. So it just kind of feels like, with the Five of Swords in reverse and the oh my god, that beat at 11:33. So I feel like that is like super synchronistic, 11:33. So I kind of feel like with the Five of Swords in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse, somebody kind of like lacks like vision or foresight. So they could be like mad at somebody else because like they have an eye, or because they're talented, or because like they have a lot going for them. It almost is like trying to like get the sun to like turn down their brightness or something like that, and it's like an impossible feat. Like it almost is like someone like puts on sunglasses and like, haha, like you're not as bright as you once were, but it's like, I'm still shining bright as fuck, like you just have on sunglasses. Like it just kind of feels like that vibe. So I'm definitely getting like Leo energy here. You could have Leo placements, or someone around you could. But it just kind of feels like somebody's in their own world. Maybe they always are, like as the Sun card, like always are shining bright, always are like happy, or something like that. Yeah, so we have the Six of Swords with the Temperance card, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. So I'm kind of getting it almost feels like whatever this opportunity is, it's time to let go of it anyway. And it's like somebody is walking into like a much better opportunity. Like with the Temperance card, this was meant to happen the way that it did. And I feel with the Two of Cups, again, it's like somebody has support, or somebody has like someone to hold them through something. And it just kind of feels like, I don't know, it's almost like somebody always like escapes, or someone always has guidance, or like direction, even when it feels like things are not going their way, or even when it feels like, haha, like I got them, like you really don't. It just kind of feels like alchemy and like universal principles at play. So it's just like somebody is trying to play chess with like God or something like that. It's like, I invented this game, bro, like you cannot beat me in my own game. It's kind of how it feels. And it's kind of like, I don't know, somebody being mad at water for being wet. It's just like, what are you like? I don't know. It just seems so ridiculous, and it seems so illogical. And it's like somebody trying to fight the air. Like, okay, bro, like this makes no sense. So I feel with the Six of Swords, Temperance card, somebody is always like divinely guided. Maybe somebody has someone on their team who is like really smart, or like is always helping someone or something like that. It just kind of feels like, yeah, it's not a fair fight. So whatever's happening, it feels like it's happening exactly the way it's meant to. And it feels like there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. So let's go ahead and put a flower card for you, Virgo. Yeah, so Iris, as I split the deck, it says rainbows and messages, When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for the stars. So there you go. Like, I feel there's always light in the darkness. There's always manifestation and guidance. And it kind of reminds me of like the North Star with the Underground Railroad, kind of like navigating your way through like tragic circumstances and like, I don't know, finding strength in the journey, finding strength in like community or the people that are with you on a journey. Like, there's a sense of like having support. There's a sense of like, I don't know, the stars kind of leading your way and kind of like spiritual guidance. And I'm also getting to rain and rainbows. It's like they kind of go hand in hand. So if you've been experiencing a lot of rain or a lot of darkness, I feel, yeah, definitely look to the stars, look to your spiritual guidance. And yeah, know that like the rainbows are soon to come. So we have Violet. It says faithfulness and modesty. Modesty is a shining light that prepares the mind to receive knowledge and the heart for truth. Yeah, there you go. So more about light and like illumination. So I want to say this whole thing has been preparation. And I want to say there is a major upgrade, especially with the King of Swords. Some of you could be coming into like genius mode. I want to say there is almost inherent knowledge that you're tapping into. Could be ancestral knowledge as well, but I almost feel like you're about to be like smart as fuck on a like different level. Some of you could even come into like writing abilities out of nowhere, or it feels like your mind is expanding so much, like in your capacity to remember information. Definitely feels like there is a guide that is around you, like a genie who is kind of like, yeah, bringing you into genius mode. But that's what I have for you. Oh my god, okay. We have anemone on the bottom, which says anticipation. I felt like an arrow pulled back and ready to be launched into something big. So yeah, think about the discomfort of like an arrow just constantly being pulled back and the tension that's created from that. But view it as like the tension you need to like shoot you forward in the sky. So it just kind of feels like, yeah, you're being launched into something big. You're coming into a mental expansion, and it just feels like everything has had its time and its place on your journey. But that's what I have for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.